Yo, what's up? It's your boy Currency 365. Hope you guys are doing well. Legends never die, they stay in our hearts. If you want to support us, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and also you can come down here and hit the join button under the video or in our channel section. And you can also join our Patreon, patreon.com/currency365. And we also have Cash App and also PayPal for support if you want to sow some seeds. Peace out. God bless. Enjoy the video and keep the movement going. Legends. Bye. All right. Welcome back to Currency 365. Hope you guys are doing well. All right, man. Breaking news from Radar. It says the Fed, meaning Jerome Powell, because he's the chairman of the Fed, right? And of course, they have other people in there, but he's the chairman. To revise jobs down by up to 1 million or a million, which is 1 million. A million is a 1 million, right? So, um, in what may be the largest downward revision in 15 years. Fake jobs, fake inflation, fake GDP, fake economy, fake Wall Street, right? The stock market is completely fake, right? If you don't know that, you're living in a twilight zone, right? So they got you right where they want you. If you don't know that the stock market is fake and the numbers you're seeing aren't real, then they got you right where they want you, right? So, can you imagine being able to just print money out of thin air whenever you want, pump it into the stock market, and people believe it's real, like that the stock market valuation is actually legitimate? And they've been doing this consistently since 2008, 2009 crash. So what's the real valuation of the stock market if it's been infiltrated by easy money and quantitative easing since 2009? All right. So this is crazy. We have a Dow that's almost 40,000, which is heading towards 50,000 to 55,000 by March, April 2025, right? But at some point, the bubble's going to pop and we're going to return to the actual price of the Dow, which is somewhere between $3,000 to $6,000. Well, 3 to 6,000, excuse me, not dollars, but 3 to 6,000 points. Okay. So just be advised of that and just know that the Dow's going to correct to its true value at some point because you can't just print your way out of problems, right? And so same thing with the jobs, same thing with inflation, same thing with all of the numbers. Everything is fake in the in the legacy media, and the legacy markets, right? The worse the economy does, the higher the stock market goes. It's really interesting, you know. Global global pandemics, war. Markets go down initially, and then they pump the new record highs. Who's pumping the markets in fear? Oh, the central banks, right? It's not retail because retailers are in fear. If there's war in your area, how's the markets going up if no one's buying the markets because they're fearing for war and trying to, get shelter and all types of stuff. And emergency food is, people are buying food. The food is sold out at the stores. People are in panic, and your stock market is going up. It's all easy money. It's not real. Right? And people are gonna find out the hard way when the market's fully correct, right? When the bond market implodes by 10% and the markets fully corrects itself, people are gonna find out the hard way. All that money in your 401k that's been propped up by easy money is gonna go poop, right? So you better you you better be watching these markets carefully. That's why I'm on Patreon every day talking about the markets. You better be, if you have a 401k, Roth IRA, all that stuff, you better be watching the markets like a hawk. Because, and you need to be praying that God shows you the signs a week or two in advance to to exit your 401ks and your Roth IRA before it's too late, right? Because when the Dow finally corrects itself completely, it's going down about 3 to 5 thousand, 3 to 6 thousand, and that means a lot of people are gonna be wiped clean, right? So, unfortunately, um, yeah, and if you're holding gold and silver, you're gonna be laughing to the bank, right? So, you know, and of course they don't. The legacy media doesn't want you holding gold and silver, right? They mock gold and the old school way of things, right? So they always mock things they know are going to be very valuable, right? Imagine calling silver old school, but yet it's in almost everything that we have in this new technology. It's in silver is in your headphones, it's in your laptops, it's in your phones, it's in your cars. Everything has silver in it, but yet they laugh at silver because they don't want you to own silver. That's why they do that, right? Oh man, it's crazy. This world is so twisted, it's so fake. We're stuck in a matrix, right? That keeps repeating itself. History keeps repeating it over and over again. It's just crazy, man. And the only way to stop it is to wake up, is to finally awaken and wake up and know the truth. And then once you start knowing the truth, then you're able to escape the matrix. If not, you just keep coming, keep having to do this thing over again. And somebody said that the other day. They were like, "Dog, all these celebrities look like people from the 1900s or 1700s, 1600s. It's like they keep coming back." You know, you know, it's crazy. Somebody pointed that out. I think that somebody was on TikTok pointing that out too. They were listing all celebrities and all the people in their ancestry. And I saw it on Instagram as well. Somebody said, "We are our ancestors," and they were showing people of that look exactly the same from the 1800s, 1700s, 1600s. It's like this person literally keeps coming back. Stuck in the matrix. You know. And you can call it whatever you want to call it. I'm not going to get into reincarnation, all that stuff. You guys can call it whatever you want. I call it stuck. I call it stuck in the matrix. But it is what it is. You can call it whatever you want to call it. All right, and then there's other bad news here. Now this is all under Biden and Kamala. So why should we vote for them if this is what's happening underneath their presidency? You know what I'm saying? Like why should Americans vote these people in again for 4 more years when jobs are about to be revised by 1 million? And they're talking about, and Bloomberg saying the numbers are fake, the inflation is fake, the jobs are fake, the GDP is fake, the economy is fake, and we want these guys to be in 4 more years. But it's not like Trump's going to be any different, really, with the Fed. I mean, he's going to allow the Fed to print, and he's going to allow the dollar to be weakened as well. I mean, he was calling for negative rates, meaning that if you put $20 in the bank, you owe you owe the bank. you know, like that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I put $100 in the bank. The bank now, like the the bank gets interest off of my money now, right? So I don't get interest off of my savings account. Like let's say it's 5%, and I have $100 in there, right? So every year I'll get $5 or whatever it is, right? Now if it's negative rates, we owe the bank. you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. So if I put $100 in there and it's -2%, I owe the bank 2%. I owe the bank $2 every year, right? So now I got to pay the bank to put my money in there, right? So it's crazy. But that Donald Trump was calling for that a couple years ago. He said, "I want negative rates." Oh my God, why would you ever say something like that, right? But anyways, it is what it is. Um, Donald Trump has some good points and some good things that he wants to do for the nation, and he also has some bad stuff that he wants to do for the nation too that I don't agree with at all. And so nobody's perfect, so you know what I mean. But I'll say 80% of stuff that Donald Trump wants to do for the nation, I agree on, and then 20% of stuff I don't either care about or I disagree wholeheartedly on, especially negative rates, right? Weaker dollar, negative rates. These are things that I don't want to see, right? So, but anyways, it is what it is, and we have to take advantage of it. If we know that these things are coming and we know they're both pushing it, then we have to make sure we're in gold and silver, we're in oil, we're in Xylem and gas is our favorite one, right? We're in oil, and we're in cryptos, we're in the reset currencies as well, right? So, and whatever else you need to be in for the wealth transfer. All right, and then we also have here the U.S. bankruptcy filing, the highest level since quarter two of 2017. Oh my goodness. People are suffering under Biden and Kamala and like never before. And a lot of these liberals and a lot of these rhino Republicans are hiding it, right? They're not posting their pains on social media. Some of them are, but a lot of them aren't, and they're not telling people because they want to they want to continue to vote for their party. Because if they say, my life is terrible right now, I have to file bankruptcy, people are going to say, well, then why are you going to be voting for liberal, right? In the elections. So they stay quiet, especially during the election season, so that people don't question why they're still voting liberal, even though they're filing bankruptcy, and life has been really harsh under by Biden and Kamala. I got a lot of liberal friends that won't speak about politics right now because their lives have been miserable under Kamala and Biden, right? So they don't want to speak about. They don't even want to talk about politics. It's kind of comical, right? When Trump was office, get him out of there. He's a racist. He blah 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 blah. But their lives were better. Their lives were great under Trump. They were getting advancements. They were doing things. They were thriving. Their businesses were thriving. And then all of a sudden, HBCUs were thriving under Trump. And then all of a sudden, Biden gets in. He reverses everything, and now their lives are living nightmares. And then now they don't want to talk about politics. But yet, when they go to the election poll, they're going to be voting Democrat still, even though their lives are miserable under liberals, right? So this is why we're in the matrix and we have to wake up, right? Now, of course, there's a blue pill, red pill, and all this stuff. I don't care about none of that stuff, right? I'm saying if you know that your life is miserable under a certain party because of their rules and regulations and their laws, why would you vote them in again? you know, Thinking that you're going to get different results. I mean, that is just stupidity, right? But either way, it is what it is. People are gonna do whatever they do. So I mean, you can't really. Everybody has to wake up on their own, right? And I don't even vote because I know this is all a scam. You know what I mean? So it's all a scam in the matrix. Pretend people have power. The cabal elites pretend that you have power. Yeah, let them vote. And let them pretend that they have a say in what we do. And at the end of the day, nobody has a say in what they do. The person is selected. You know what I mean? Is not elected. They're selected. You know what I mean? So they pretend to say, oh yeah, let the people have power by voting. And as you can tell, they rig every election is rigged. So, right into the person that they select. Anyways, it is what it is. All right, so a lot of you guys already know that information if you follow me on Patreon. If you don't follow me on Patreon, come over to my Patreon and learn some things about the elites and all the cabal stuff and the global reset and the wealth transfer and we'll be watching the markets for you. And that's one thing we will definitely be doing over there. We're watching the markets. And when we get hints, I already told you what the time frame is for. I think we could see a 10% of the bond market imploding, um, but it doesn't mean that will happen because we're talking about it early and people can pray against it, right? And push it and continue to delay it. At some point, the bond market will implode, right? We're not going to be able to pray it, all the way into, forever. But at some point, the bond market will implode, and I don't even know how to describe it. It will be a biblical event, right? And I don't know. I know people are praying against it to continue to push it out, continue to delay it, which is a good thing. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It is a good thing, right? We continue to delay it, push the can down the road, but now you're pushing it into your grandkids, right? Your great kid, your grandkids, your great grandkids are gonna have to deal with that, right? Or I mean, you might have to deal with it. It might be 2030. You know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about here? Like, you might push it down the road to 2030. You know, 2029. How about the Great Depression what was what was the Great Depression? 1920, 1929. It was the Great Depression, 1927, 1928, 1929. So here we are. We're about to come up on 2029. That might be the year the complete bond market implodes. You know, who knows, right? So they might create the Great Depression again. That's crazy. Oh man, these people. I mean, we don't know, right? So we have to become our own central bank, and that's holding hard assets, gold and silver, copper, junk silver, things like that. And make sure you have your oil investments, and then make sure you have your reset currencies and your fiat reset currencies, and then anything else that you can have, land and all the other things that you need. All right, so and setting up cryptocurrencies as well, of course. Yeah, so make sure you have all these things. Make sure you're building your own portfolios, your own and becoming your own central bank, like Greg Manarino has taught us for many years, right? Anyways, peace out. God bless. I'll see you guys in the next video. And bankruptcy is at an all-time high. Last month they reported homelessness is at an all-time high in America. And we also have this, right? So reviving jobs by down to by a million. Um, this is unbelievable. Okay, so and this is all under Biden and Kamala, and unfortunately, people don't care, and they're going to still vote that way, and they're going to think that they're going to get different results, and it's just going to get even worse if Kamala's in there. Peace, and Kamala wants the corporate rate cuts, corporate rate taxes to increase from 21% to 28%. So she's already talked about 80 to 90% taxes as well. So she loves taxes. She's going to raise taxes up significantly. I mean, look at California already. They pay 40 to 60% in taxes. Seattle, Washington State, 40 to 60% in taxes. New York, 40 to 60% in taxes. Jersey, 40 to 60% in taxes. Like the liberal areas are paying 40 to 60% in taxes already. Like, where's the revolution? Why should you pay? Why should you suffer for people you don't know? I don't get it. Like, these people come into office, you don't know these people. Some of these people came out of nowhere, by the way, and you don't even know who they are. And you're suffering because of these guys, these people, they're making all these decisions against you, and they're helping illegals, and yet they're against citizens, and you're sitting there like, oh well, I guess I got to suffer. I guess this is what God meant for me to do, to just sit here and suffer and have to be a slave at my job all for 90 hours a week just to make ends meet. I mean, this is crazy. This is ridiculous. Anyway, shit, where's the revolution at? What happened to America and the American people? What happened to the world? The world is under the complete slavery. You see Africa, Africa struggling. You see the Asian markets, the Asian world, they're suffering. Look at Japan. Oh my God, it's awful, right? Look at people are telling me about the Middle East. Like, man, it's awful over here. Like, people. I mean, South America. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's people are struggling everywhere. And it's crazy because there's more ways to make money now than there's ever been before. The problem is central bankers are printing like never before, and that's bringing poverty curses like crazy onto the land, right? The more they print, the more the land is destroyed. The more poverty, vagabond spirits are sent out in the land, right? This is why homelessness is at a record-breaking high. But the central bank has printed $100 trillion in the last 10 years. Everybody should be rich. Everybody should be having a home. Healthcare should be free. Education should be free. You printed $100 trillion, and yet none of that's true in America. That's crazy. Anyways, peace out. God bless. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.